Hello everyone. Beautiful out on the river this morning, incoming tide. We're going to have a flick around, see if we can find some bream. Definitely be a few flatties out there, a few fish rising. Anyway, I thought what I'd bring to you this morning is this. So, wilderness radar. This is the 135 model. So there's a couple of things with the wilderness radar that really wilderness could have done something about when they made it to make it a much better kayak, and they didn't. And the first is the rudder raise and lower. So if you want to raise and lower the rudder, you can probably see it operating there. So what you do to make it a little bit easier, the first thing you do is always have your rudder turned that way. Now I didn't, because you've got to turn it on the handle over there, it's pedal drive. But the second thing to do is to relocate that from there to here. So the cable runs directly up through here. If the cable comes from the factory like that, it kinks across to here. And the rudder, if you turn it, the rudder will go up and down much easier once you have relocated that. You can see what I mean. And the only thing that I have done there is relocate that. So that one's the same, but I've got it on a slight angle. This one here has been relocated to here. The second thing is that the turn rate of the radar is terrible. Right, frankly, it is so slow to turn. Now, all kayaks need a bit of speed on them to have the rudder actually work on them to turn, but going forwards or reverse on the radar, it is very, very slow. As opposed to the attack, right? The attack turns much quicker than the radar. And that's whether it's the 140 or the 120 like this one. Now, what I've done to combat that is this is how the rudder comes set for you. So when you install it, or whether it's installed for you, the rudder operates off these 2 points here, one on either side, right? And the cable goes through. Now if you have a look at the radar, the cable comes out and it would normally sit into here. What I have done is I've drilled 2 small holes through here, so I've moved the connecting point for the cable inward, and then I've inserted a plastic tube to stop the cable from chasing, a little nylon bead, and then I've put the standard connector back on. Okay, and what that does is that allows the rudder to turn much further than what it would normally. So there's hardly any gap there now. That's about the gap with the rudder set standard. So when it's connected through there, the cable's connected to that and to there. And by doing what I've done, you can turn the rudder that much further. I'll show you what it's like on the water. So we've got a buoy here, so we'll just see what it's like. So that turned fairly quickly then, I wasn't at full rudder. So that's going full rudder to the right. And we're staying reasonably close to the buoy as we turn. Going a bit far out from it now, but it's probably, it'll be close to half the turn rate of what it was prior to the modification. So we'll just go around it again. And if I then swung into the shore to fish the shoreline, from about this distance out, unless I was doing a fair speed, the kayak it simply wouldn't turn in time. But you'll be able to see now that it turns a lot quicker. So definitely an improvement. A bonus modification to the radar for you. That plate there. All I have to do when I want to lift the propeller drive is do this. And it's really simple how I've done it. I hope that enlightens your day.